This program is brought to you by FR365TV. Welcome to The Dream Teamsters, The Adventures of Patty B. Everything's Fine. We're on Divine Time by Seshat Ali, illustrated by I Believe Guadalupe.
Welcome to Fathers Read 365, the Dream Teamsters Author Spotlight. Today we have the amazing author, Seshat Ali. Welcome, Seshat.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you for having me today.
Thanks so much for joining us today, Seshat. How did you end up with that title? And why was that title so important to you?
So the name of the book, The Adventures of Patty B, was a no-brainer because my mother's name was Patricia.
Okay.
Right? So we called her Patty.
Okay.
Last name was Brockington. So it was like Patty. Everybody called her Patty B.
Gotcha.
Everything's Fine. We're on Divine Time came about as I started writing the book. I wanted to kind of like create a concept to where I knew about Divine Time and the science behind Divine Time, but I was like, how can I condense this into educating the babies to identify with the word?
Now, a lot of times when people hear Divine Time, they may think that's a more mature subject matter. Why did you think that was so important to create this subject matter for the babies?
Whether you're a child or whether you're an adult, we all living in Divine Time. Divine Time is just basically what's naturally supposed to happen, whether you can't force it. It's not it's natural force. It's all about the universe.
When Patty B and Nuri make it to the theater, they both look up at the marquee in awe.
Wow.
They whispered, but did they make it in time? Patty B and Nuri meet the usher. The show just started, he says, but it looks like today's your lucky day. You get our last 2 seats in the front row. You came right on time.
Really? No way.
What's meant for you, it's meant for you. Is there anything in particular that made you want to create this this book for this audience? Was it something that happened that you say, you know what, these kids need to hear this story?
In 2019, my mother transitioned.
Okay.
She had cancer. She got diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. So I said, let me create this character that embodies everything that my mother exuded, that I remember her being in this realm.
When you read things, you get certain connections, right? Having these names that are, I would say, connected to our communities.
Exactly.
That's very important. When you come up with the character, why was it important for you to represent who we are and what you wrote?
Well, growing up, being very active every Saturday, going to like the libraries and getting all these books and things like that, and I didn't see a lot of representation of myself growing up in these books, or things that I saw in my household, or things that I hear in my household. Because a lot of things that we hear and saw in our household were very uplifting, very fulfilling, jewels that was given to us by our elders. So I wanted to create something that the babies can identify with, and images that they can identify with, and as well as enlighten them on things that they may have not seen.
Thanks, Mr. Mack. You came just in time. We were heading home after the show.
Well, we can thank Divine Time for that.
Divine Time? What's that, Mr. Mack?
Divine Time is when things in life happen naturally and right when we need them to. Somehow, our needs are met unexpectedly.
When they look around their room, they need to see 5, 6 books, 7, 20 books with them on those books.
Absolutely. I think it's our obligation and our duty, especially as creators, our educators, our as elders.
A lucky day indeed. While the kids are enjoying the show, Patty B is invited to dance on stage with the cast.
So let's jump into the characters real quick.
Absolutely.
Nuri. Let's talk about Nuri a little bit.
Nuri's cool.
Nuri's very cool. And I'll let you describe Nuri because I think it's so special, especially when we get to tell our stories, that we speak to certain things that may not be spoken about.
Patty B runs into Nuri on the way.
Let's go, Nuri. We're running late. Keep up.
Without Patty B, you're always in such a hurry.
Let's go. We don't want to miss the show.
But Nori's very special because Nori was born with special birthmarks,
Right.
which is called mellocentic nevis. So mellocentic nevis is basically like a skin condition that one is born with, and it can be various things. It can be green spotting. It could be various moles all over the body. So with Nori, I wanted him to be special in so many different ways, but the first thing you're going to notice about him is his markings.
See you later, Mommy. I love you.
Says Patty B as she grabs her bag and dashes out the door. I love you too, baby girl, says Mom. But please slow down and take your time.
Mama B is that mom of the community.
Right.
Everybody had that mom of the community that's going to give you a jewel, is going to make sure you always going to have that takeaway or a lesson, or as soon as you see her, she exudes that image of respect and that energy of respect, but she's poised.
Doesn't have to be everything they do, but maybe it's just that how they present themselves. Mr.
Mac.
Mr. Mac.
So Mr. Mac I named after my great uncle.
Greetings, Patty B and Nori. I'm doing great. What can I get for you?
I'll have a pineapple and mango juice, please.
I'll have my usual, Mr. Mac.
You got it.
My uncle never had children, but I wanted to pay homage to him as well as being an elder of mine. He died when I was 2 weeks old, but he was like a father figure to my mom.
Gotcha.
And my mom loved him dearly. And I'm like, well, I want to pour life into him, and I want to create a character that how I see him based on how my mother explained to me everything that he meant to her.
The kid that was 2 weeks old when he passed keeps his memory going on years later. The communities that we grow in is a sense of a village, right? And how you say Mr. Mac didn't even have kids and he played a part in it, to Mama B, and to just that whole sense of it takes a village to create healthy children. Why is it so important for that village to exist for the development of our children?
I think that it's all about direction. A lot of times in this world, we know everyone's not going to pour greatness into you. So when it starts at home and you give them the tool to affirm their identity, who they are, what they stand for, and their strengths, anything outside of their door is going to be like Teflon. It's going to bounce right up off of them. It's not going to stick to them because words are powerful.
Words are very powerful.
And you can sometimes you can remember what a person said to you that hurt you, and it sticks with you. But if you are affirmed in the inside with the affirmations, very clear on who you are and what you represent, then naturally anything negative or against what you actually believe, you're mentally prepared now for anything that's against your greater good.
I can't believe it, Patty B. You are on stage with Martin friends?
Patty B is glowing.
I know. I will remember this day for the rest of my life.
On their way home, Patty B spots the juice man.
The illustration. The illustration is beautiful. Some amazing pictures here. Who can we accredit that to?
So the illustrator, oh my God, so bless her heart. She's an amazing, amazing woman. Her name is Ibeliz Guadalupe. Okay, she's based out of Ohio, from St. Croix, I believe, by way of St. Croix. But when I tell you she is a beautiful spiritual being, she is a very talented illustrator, and she listens. So she took my words of how much this meant to me, and we started with the main character, and she just took a natural image of my mom, which was the image that you see on the dedication page, and she went from there.
So that's the end of our Fathers Read 365, the Dream Teamsters Author Spotlight. Again, guys, make sure you check out the amazing story, The Adventures of Patty B. Everything's Fine. We're on Divine Time.